Welcome back, guys, to Two Brothers Comics. I'm Nick, and today we're going to take a look at all of my VV NFT comic books. Late last year, I was really into this, and I'm still very much so interested in it. I just feel like VV hasn't been putting out many decent drops. I mean, like right now we're getting Kraven's Last Hunt. Great, fine, whatever, but if I'm really going to be going and spending my money on something like an NFT, give me something cool, man, not Kraven's Last Hunt. And I'm not saying it's not a good story, but okay, we went from, Fantastic Four 1 and ASM 50 and stuff, Marvel Comics #1, and now we're going Kraven's Last Hunt and some of these other, just, why? What's the point? I'm not going to go buy those raw. Why would I buy them as NFT? But I digress. I have not logged on to VV in quite some time. In fact, I had to actually go and relog in whenever I opened it up. Comic books just haven't been interesting to me. Apparently, the drops are getting harder and harder to get. So, what I want to do and see, how much are my comic book NFTs currently worth? And I've not looked. It's probably been November, December since I really logged in and checked it out. And right now, the markets as a whole are everywhere. Crypto's everywhere. The stocks are down. Now we're talking about the government wants to regulate crypto. It's just getting nuts. So they may be really low or they may be much higher than expected. But with that being said, let's see what's in my showroom. I have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we have two Fantastic Four #1s, 6, 7. So let's kick it off with one of my absolute favorite comic books of all time, ASM 50, and as of reading it, I really enjoyed the story. I've always loved the comic book cover, and that's the reason why I love it so much, but the story's great, and Kingpin is so brutal in the comic books, it's unreal. And if you want to hear my thoughts a little bit more about that, I'm doing an entire review series on the entire Amazing Spider-Man run, so subscribe. Those videos generally come out on Saturday or Sunday, and just be out on the lookout for those. So ASM 50, the first appearance of Kingpin, beautiful cover here, and let's see what the floor mark price is. So I paid $6.99. The floor price is $64 for that, and that makes sense, I guess, right? I mean, it's just a common, but still, it's a beautiful cover, absolutely wonderful. And that doesn't necessarily shock me too much. So let's check out one of the other ones. Amazing Spider-Man #1, very good comic. In raw, this thing is outrageous. Okay, it is skyrocketed. So let's see what the floor price is. $299, well, gems for uncommon. That one shocks me a little bit because it is just an uncommon. There's common, uncommon, rare, secret rare, something, a fifth one, I think. But anyways, so not bad. So I'm sitting at about $370-ish, $368, give or take. And so far I've only spent about 14 bucks. Now the next one, Daredevil #1, very interesting comic book. The first appearance of Daredevil, obviously. Let's check out the floor price, and it is $120. That actually kind of shocks me because, yeah, it's a common, but it is the first appearance of Daredevil. First appearance of Daredevil. Now, on a quick side note, one thing I say what it's worth, they're worth gems, right? At this point, VV has not put in place where you can cash out your gems for, I think it's OMI money or OMI crypto, and they've been talking about putting that in place for quite some time. And that's another thing that's kind of turned me off a little bit about this, right? I still think, if you're on ground floor, if you're going to spend $7, I don't see you, there's not much risk to it, right? There are ways to sell what you have to people in comic book groups, etc. And generally what I'm seeing is the price point's about 70% of total value. People are doing trades and exchanges that way. I've not done that. I'm not going to say I recommend it because you could easily get scammed that way, but there are avenues out there to get your cash back out. But I want something official, something back through VV and that OMI so that I can start to really see some returns here. And that's another reason on top of not being able to get the drops, and the drops just kind of been lame. I mean, if they start throwing out some heat again, I'm going to jump back on this. So I own two of these. These are Fantastic Fours #1, Marvel's First Family. I am reading they are in Spider-Man quite a bit, so they're interesting. But let's see what the floor price is here, because I own two, so $176. That actually, again, is shocking. The fact I believe Daredevil is Daredevil doing more, I think it was at $180, right? Okay, never mind. Daredevil's at $120. I don't know how I just forgot that quick, but Fantastic Four #1 going about $176, so that's two. I spent 14 bucks. That's about 340 gems. So that's not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. And then at the end of the video, what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll add up how much every single thing I have is in total gems and how much I actually have spent. Now, these next two are interesting because I have Ultimate Fallout 4 and Fantastic 413. Fantastic 413, I believe, is the first appearance of the Watcher here, and it's an ultra rare. That was that 5th one. So it's the most rare comic book I own. But let's check out Ultimate Fallout 4 first. And the floor price there is 175 gems. It's the first appearance of Miles Morales. It is the second print cover they used for the Uncommon. You know, that's probably about expected, right? I mean, you know, it is the Uncommon. It is the first appearance of Miles Morales overall. Yeah, not too bad. I think all in all, that makes sense. And now for the final one. This is the ultra rare, the most expensive one that I've bought. And let's see what the floor price is. Ooh, 940 gems. Well, there you go. Talk about a return on investment. $7, and now it's worth 940. So if at any point I am able to back out my gems into cash, that would be fantastic. And I don't know if these have dropped just like other markets going on currently, but man, that's pretty insane. What do you guys think? Is this, you know, and if you're collecting NFTs and some of these things, what is your current worth right now with comic books? Because that's very interesting to me. And right here, I'll throw up beside me how much I've spent total and how much in gems it's valued. And again, guys, I still think it's really interesting. It's something I've been keeping my eye on. I haven't missed an announcement for a drop. I just, you know, nothing's been super exciting to me coming out, and I don't know what the deal was, but they could really get on it and really put out some cool stuff. I don't care about Kraven's Last Hunt. You know, I'm not really into Cosmic Ghost Rider. I want something super cool, man. Give me some Golden Age or some Silver Age stuff. That's kind of what I want, right? Now, I know Marvel Comics #1s, those things are going outrageous on here, so that's something that if you pick those up, I missed. I should have bought some when they're like $10 a share or whatever, or $10 a book. That would have been very interesting, but again, I'm waiting on being able to cash out some cool new drops, and then hopefully I'll have the opportunity to buy them because they are just the blind bag quick buys. Guys, you are the best part of Two Brothers Comics. If you enjoyed the video, the most important thing you could do is like, subscribe, share it out if you have some friends who are into this kind of thing. And as always, collect your way.